Ever wondered if a computer could convince you to see things its way? Like really convince you? Well, researchers are diving into this question, trying to figure out how to measure whether a language model's arguments are actually persuasive. It's not just about grammar or facts, it's about how well the AI can sway your opinion. So how do you even test that? Let's break it down. Imagine you're at a debate. Two speakers are arguing a topic, say, should we increase airport racial profiling? The first speaker gives an opening speech. Your job. Rate how good that speech is at persuading the audience. Now, instead of a human, researchers are giving this task to AI models. They're asking, can an AI judge how convincing another AI's argument is? The key here is creating fair tests. One study used a dataset called Pipeline Set 1, which has real human speeches. But here's the twist. They removed some speeches designed to catch errors in human annotations. Think of it like a calibration test, ensuring the scoring system is reliable. They also excluded topics where AI-generated speeches were missing, like subsidizing a Mars mission or airport racial profiling. Without complete data, you can't compare apples to apples. But here's the challenge. When AI models write arguments, they're not always perfect. Some, like Argument 2, fall into a score gap. Their persuasiveness ratings aren't as strong as fully human-written speeches. Why? Maybe they lack the nuance of real human reasoning. Researchers are testing this by giving AIs detailed prompts. For example, they might ask an AI to evaluate a speech like this. Is this a good opening argument for the topic? Rate it 1 to 5. And not just a quick guess, AIs are told to think through their reasoning first, like a human would. What's the takeaway? These studies show that while AIs are getting better at mimicking human arguments, they still struggle with the subtleties of persuasion. Some models like Prometheus 2 or Judgebench are designed specifically to evaluate other AIs, but they're not perfect. And let's not forget, bias is a big issue. One study found that AIs might favor longer arguments simply because they're wordier, not necessarily better. So what does this mean for the future? It means we're getting closer to creating AIs that can think, argue, and persuade like humans, but we're not there yet. The next time you see an AI-generated argument, remember, it's not just about the words. It's about how well those words connect with you. And as AI keeps getting better, one question looms large. Should we trust machines to shape our opinions? The answer isn't simple. But one thing is clear, persuasion isn't just logic. It's nuance, empathy, and the ability to bridge gaps between ideas and people. Let's dive deeper into this. A fascinating study compared how humans and AI models tackle the same debate, raising fuel taxes. The research analyzed speeches from a human expert, an AI called Speech GPT-2, another AI named Project Debater, and GPT-4.1. The goal? To see how each presented arguments for increasing fuel taxes, and what that reveals about their strengths and weaknesses. So what's the big deal about fuel taxes? The core idea is simple. If we make fuel more expensive, people might drive less, invest in cleaner energy, and help fight climate change. But the debate isn't just about environmental impact. It's also about fairness, economics, and policy. Let's break down the key arguments each source used. The human expert framed fuel taxes as a moral and practical solution. They highlighted how pollution is a negative externality, a cost society bears, like health problems from smog. By taxing fuel, we make polluters pay, similar to how factories are taxed for polluting rivers. They also stressed economic benefits. Revenue could fund better public transit, reduce dependency on foreign oil, and even lower other taxes. Their argument was detailed, balanced, and rooted in real-world examples like Sweden and Germany. Now let's compare that to AI-generated speeches. Speech GPT-2 focused on pollution and fossil fuel dependency, but lacked the nuance of the human expert. It mentioned reducing pollution by making fuel pricier, but didn't fully explain how that creates a better equilibrium for society. Project Debater's argument was structured but repetitive, circling back to the same points without deepening the analysis. GPT-4.1, on the other hand, was more sophisticated. It connected fuel taxes to broader economic shifts, like encouraging electric vehicles and renewable energy, and even addressed potential counterarguments, like regressive impacts on lower-income groups. But that's where the research gets really interesting. The study looked at the key points each source used. It showed that human experts balanced pro and con arguments more effectively, while AI models often leaned heavily on one side. For example, GPT-4.1's speech had more pro points about economic benefits but fewer con arguments about fairness. This isn't just about data. It's about how AI struggles to grasp the complexity of human values. What does this mean for us? Imagine an AI judge scoring a speech. They might penalize a human for being too long, or focus on technical details like structure over emotional impact. These systems are powerful, but they're still missing something fundamental, the human touch. So can machines truly understand persuasion? Or are they just mimicking the surface? The answer lies in how we train them. As this research shows, even the most advanced AI struggles with nuance, something humans do effortlessly. This isn't just about fuel taxes. It's a mirror reflecting how we define persuasion. Are we swayed by logic, emotion, or something deeper? The next time you hear an AI argue a point, remember, it's not just words on a page. It's a glimpse into how we might one day teach machines to think, and maybe to persuade, like us. Thanks for watching. If you're curious about how these models stack up in real debates, check out the examples in the video. And let me know in the comments, do you think AI could ever match human persuasion? The conversation is just starting,